It's Ben Barr, and I'm back with an update about DOGE and its win at the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. The Department of Government Efficiency has been on a mission to slash federal spending and to cut through the red tape that has long shielded waste and efficiency in government. The fight isn't easy. Entrenched interests are pushing back in court, and decades-old laws make even common sense reforms painfully slow. But this recent victory at the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals showed that DOGE's aggressive strategy just might prevail. In this video, our second part, we'll break down DOGE's latest legal triumph, discuss the implications if Elon Musk steps aside, and explore how procedural laws like the Administrative Procedure Act, or APA, often obstruct necessary reforms. We'll highlight outrageous examples of federal waste and explore some conservative and libertarian solutions, from a full repeal to some laws to moderate reforms to streamline government and eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse. Let's dive in. So DOGE's biggest recent victory came in the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. It involved the U.S. Agency for International Development. We call it USAID. Initially, a lower court judge had blocked DOGE's plan to significantly downsize USAID, arguing that Elon Musk's role violated the Constitution's Appointments Clause because he wasn't Senate confirmed. But DOGE fought back and won. The Fourth Circuit lifted that injunction, allowing DOGE to continue its aggressive reforms. The majority opinion reasoned Musk was legally acting only as an advisor, not making final decisions. Now, I want to draw your attention to this fact. Remember, I did an intro video on DOGE when the lawsuits started coming in, and I suggested they were likely frivolous and designed more to outrage you, the viewer, than to bring real justice. And one important reason I said so was because of past case law. Indeed, Hillary Clinton was one of those special advisors in the past, and courts upheld that arrangement without batting their eyes. Even during the George W. Bush era, the same happened. And so, as predicted, the Fourth Circuit followed that reasoning. Even the dissenting judge agreed that the injunction in place had to go, though he questioned Musk's constitutional status. He admitted the plaintiffs had actually sued wrong individuals. So this win sets a critical legal precedent, showing courts can side with DOGE's streamlined decision-making structure, potentially paving the way for more victories against our bloated bureaucracies. Now, Elon Musk's involvement with DOGE was always temporary. It was designed to deliver rapid cost-saving results within months. With Musk preparing to step down, many lawsuits specifically attacking his role lose a good deal of strength. Numerous complaints hinged on Musk personally arguing that his lack of Senate confirmation invalidated DOGE's actions. But once he departs, this major constitutional objection essentially disappears. Musk could exit, and it would actually strengthen DOGE legally by forcing challengers to shift their focus to the substance of the law rather than to Musk himself. DOGE's mission remains bigger than one leader. And with Musk gone, opponents can no longer portray reforms as illegitimate or personally driven. Instead, DOGE's reforms become straightforward executive actions taken by properly authorized officials, making legal challenges, well, harder to sustain. A huge obstacle to swift government reform is the Administrative Procedure Act, APA. It was passed in 1946. It was initially intended to prevent arbitrary agency decisions in the modern administrative state. The APA has become a bureaucratic nightmare. It requires lengthy notice and comment periods before federal agencies can remove outdated or costly regulations. Even obvious common sense changes face months or years of legal battles under APA procedures. DOGE has faced numerous APA-based lawsuits. Opponents routinely claim reforms violate procedural rules. The APA forces agencies to meticulously justify every action, inviting endless legal challenges, especially from groups that benefit from those regulations. As a result, removing wasteful regulations or eliminating unnecessary programs becomes slow, costly, sometimes just plain impossible. For instance, efforts to terminate redundant programs or fire ineffectual federal employees routinely become bogged down in APA lawsuits and bureaucratic delays. Every attempt at reform risks expensive, prolonged court battles, effectively discouraging meaningful change. The APA, meant to enhance transparency, too often serves to protect wasteful programs and obstruct accountability. So this only begs the question, what can we do about it? Why is DOGE's aggressive mission necessary? As of early 2025, the United States national debt surpassed $36 trillion. In fiscal year 2024 alone, the debt increased approximately $2.3 trillion. This means the debt's growing at a rate of over $6 billion a day. So let's think visually about how bad that is. Imagine stacking $1 bills on top of each other. A single bill is about 0.0043 inches thick. I did the math. At 36 trillion, the stack would reach approximately 2.4 million miles high, enough to travel to the moon and back about 5 times. Just consider some outrageous recent examples of federal spending. There was a $12 million pickleball palace. The Department of the Interior spent $12 million building an upscale pickleball facility in Las Vegas. Hardly a national priority. Then there's Russian cats on treadmills. The NIH spent taxpayer money on researching how cats run on treadmills in Russia. Then there's COVID relief fraud. Fraudsters successfully stole billions of dollars using fake IDs, including Barbie doll photos, to secure federal COVID relief funds. Celebrities like Post Malone also received millions in aid. These absurdities represent billions of taxpayer dollars wasted annually, highlighting the urgent need for DOGE's mission. Conservative and libertarians increasingly argue that the APA and related rules have become roadblocks, preventing necessary government reform. Proposals for addressing this range from radical solutions to incremental improvements. Here's the first option: full repeal of the APA. Some advocate completely repealing the APA, restoring lawmaking power solely to Congress. The benefit: dramatic acceleration of reforms by eliminating bureaucratic hurdles. Agencies could rapidly remove costly regulations and redundant programs without endless delays. The risks: potentially less transparency and accountability in the process. Another option: moderate APA reforms. Instead of abolishing, perhaps we can suggest targeted APA reforms to streamline rule removal without eliminating the entire process. Think about expedited regulation, fast-tracking deregulatory repeals, allowing quicker elimination of outdated or harmful rules. We could think about automatic sunset reviews, forcing regulations to expire after several years, unless actively renewed, keeping rules current and necessary. Here, a rule that I like is placing the burden on government to explain why a certain regulation has proven helpful and why it should remain on the books. And if it fails, it goes. Clarified legal standards. Let's allow more judicial deference to agencies when reforms aim at reducing regulatory burdens or saving taxpayer money. If we're going to have deference, let's use it there. How about enhanced reorganization authority? Allow presidents easier pathways to merge or eliminate federal agencies, subject to simplified congressional oversight. These practical reforms could significantly accelerate the removal of wasteful programs and regulations, freeing taxpayer dollars quickly without sacrificing accountability. DOGE's journey underscores the urgent need for bold federal reforms. While the Fourth Circuit victory suggests a path forward for aggressive efficiency initiatives, procedural laws like the APA continue obstructing urgently needed change. With or without Musk, DOGE's mission remains essential: eliminating wasteful spending and restoring accountability in Washington. By updating outdated procedures, we can strike a better balance between transparency and efficiency, ensuring government serves taxpayers effectively, not bureaucratic interest. Ultimately, DOGE's aggressive fight against waste, fraud, and abuse isn't just a policy preference. It's a necessity for America's fiscal future. Every dollar reclaimed from absurd government waste is a dollar saved for taxpayers and future generations. DOGE's victories show reform is possible, but sustained success requires tackling structural problems head-on. The fight against government waste is far from over, but with determination and sensible policy reforms, it's a fight we can and must win. I'm Ben Barr. Be sure to like and subscribe, and tune into our next episode, where we tackle yet another constitutional controversy.